Dann schauen wir doch mal. Plan to defeat Dagoth Ur. Jesus Christ. Okay, wir schauen mal durch. Battle at Red Mountain ist ebenfalls ein bisschen was. Dagoth Ur's Plans. Okay. Nectar at Red Mountain. So ein bisschen das Uninteressanteste. Aber wir nehmen mal... nehmen wir uns erstmal die Pläne. Dagoth Ur's plans. The following documents were prepared by temple scholars and agents of the Inquisition for Lord Vivek. From interrogation of captured sleepers and other Sixth House cultists, from study of manuscripts written by cultists and victims of dream-induced mania, from interviews with Lord Vivek concerning historical campaigns against Red Mountain, and from broad conjectures and inferences made upon these materials, this is our best estimate of Dagoth Ur's motivations and objectives to his most recent phase of his war upon Morrowind. Basic objectives. First, establish a theocracy in Morrowind based on the worship of the newborn god Akulakan, second Numidium, to be created by Dagoth Ur from the heart of Lorkhan in a body constructed according to the principles and rituals pioneered by the Dwemer Kagranach. Establish the ancient heirs of House Dagoth as the god priests of Akulakan and the sixth house of Dagoth Ur as the dominant political power in Morrowind. Through charismatic conversion, die haben ein Artefakt, also so eine Kette mehr oder weniger, die Drain Personality macht. Da macht das keinen Sinn, dass das Ganze dominante, dass das Ganze charismatisch sein soll. Unite Dunmer under the guidance of Dagoth Ur to battle against the foreign animals who hold Morrowind in subjection. Note, Dagoth Ur has apparently adopted the views and motivations of the Dwemer High Craft Lord Kagranach. In effect, he recapitulates the ancient blasphemous folly of the Dwemer. Second, expose the false worship of the tribunal and destroy the authority and political power of the temple. How much the dissident priests of the cult of the Nectarina may be controlled or influenced by the sixth house in this regard is open to speculation. Third, extirpate all remaining individuals of inferior and mongrel races from Morrowind. Also Rassismus ist ebenfalls dabei. Number 4, drive the Empire from Morrowind. Das klingt ganz gut. Number 5, recover ancient territory stolen by Skyrim and Argonia. Klingt auch ganz gut. Number 6, extend the worship of Akalukan to all nations of Tamriel through subversion and conquest. Fuck it. Plans to establish and expand the sixth house. Phase 1, secure Red Mountain against tribunal intruders, was mehr oder weniger schon gerade stattfindet, also hat er ganz gut gemacht bisher. Deny tribunal access to the heart, weakening the temple while surrounding Red Mountain for the creation of Akalukan. Keep the construction of second Numidium a secret, hat er ja wunderbar hinbekommen. Phase 2, create passive servants in ever widening circles around Red Mountain by broadcasting compulsions couched in dream imagery to susceptible subjects in their sleep. Establish a major operational base at Kogurun for further operations in the Ash Wastes. Establish smaller bases near small port villages and lower class waterfront districts in Vivek. Infiltrate and subvert smuggling syndicates. Recruit willing followers from disaffected populations, including the underworld, the poor and rabid anti-imperial activists. Phase 3, expand from smaller bases to other towns and villages and recruit and indoctrinate subjects made susceptible by dream sendings. Occupy abandoned towers and ruins and train corrupted cultists and as raiders and irregular troops. Identify, discredit and decimate possible sources of political resistance. Phase 4. Das klingt fast nach Nordkorea. Use assassination and terror to weaken, distract and disrupt the legions and the imperial ich hasse dieses Wort. Bureaucracy, along with their Hlalu sympathizers. Inspire popular uprisings of the native poor against the foreign rich and powerful. Summon sleepers and dreamers to Dagoth Ur to work on second Numidium. Also gegen Haus Hlalu, macht aber auch Sinn, letzten Endes. Und wir sind Haus Hlalu, von daher represent. Inferring Dagoth Ur's perspective. Dagoth Ur thinks on a large timescale, for the most part in the outside of timescale of the divine consciousness. He thinks that only obstacles of mythical scale are worthy consideration. He believes he is fated to rule Morrowind, to free Morrowind of the Empire. Warum nicht? and to become the new heart-loving father of Morrowind. Given that perspective, the only opposing forces Dagoth worries about are the Tribunal, the Daedra, the Emperor, and the Incarnate. With the Tribunal's loss of Sunder and Keening, and with the diminishing resources of Vivec, Amalexia, and Sothasil, Dagoth believes that he has permanently gained a decisive strategic advantage. On a mortal timescale, the battle may last for centuries, but the outcome is not in doubt. And Akalukan may be a device for dramatically reducing the timescale for a decisive victory. The myth of dynamic invincibility of the Emperor and the Empire has long been an unquantifiable and intimidating threat, but recent rumors of unrest in Cyrodiil, of the Emperor's failing health, and the unsettled question of the succession have diminished the scale of that threat. Nonetheless, the revelation that the Nectar is a pawn of Imperial intelligence, handpicked and sent to Morrowind by the Emperor himself, may cause Dagoth considerable anxiety. The Daedra represent no coherent obstacle to Dagoth nonetheless, their personal abilities and their influence upon their fanatic followers is considerable, their motives and actions obscure, and Dagoth remains concerned about them. The Incarnate represents Saint Nereva, a mythic force that has previously defeated Dagoth and Dagoth is obsessed with this threat. At the same time, Dagoth knew Nectar personally, knew that he was a mortal man with faults and weaknesses. Dagoth may have some hope of seducing or negotiating with Nectar's reincarnation further. When Nectar and the Tribunal defeated Dagoth they were strong and allied. Now the Nectar and the Tribunal are weak, opposed and divided, therefore mittlerweile nicht mehr. Though the Nectarine and the Tribunal represent the most serious threat to Dagoth plans, he still has good reason to believe that this time he will prevail. A recent timescale of Dagoth activities, much of the following timescale is based on inference from incomplete information. Before 2E88082, Dagoth and his kin lie dreaming beneath the sills of Red Mountain. Dagoth and his ash vampires awake, refreshed, and emerge from lower Red Mountain into the Heart Chamber. Dagoth ritually binds himself and his brethren as Heart Whites in a ritual of his own devising. First stages of construction of second Nemedium, conceived during the long sleep, are begun by Heart Whites and Atronak constructs in a chamber near the heart of Lorkhan. Keeping the second Nemedium project, a secret form of Tribunal, is a high priority. The Tribunal arrive at Red Mountain for their annual ritual bathing in the heart's power. Dagoth and his ash vampires ambush the Tribunal. The Tribunes are driven away and prevented from restoring themselves with Akagranok's tools at the heart of Lorkhan. Intermittent Tribunal campaigns assault Red Mountain. The Tribunal and supporting forces seek to force access to the Heart Chamber, but are repeatedly driven back. Dagoth recruit sleepers and dreamers through dream sendings. Cultists are recruited through dream compulsion. Weaker cultists become corpus beasts. Strong cultists advance through stages towards the powers of the ascended sleepers. Kogorun, reoccupied by Dagoth Uthol and fortified as an advice base for 6th House operations, blight storms more frequent and widespread. Soul sickness spreads in regions close to Red Mountain. 6th House bases founded near Gnar Mork in waterfront areas of Vivec. 6th House operatives exploit smuggler organizations and communications to spread their influence among victims, unbalanced by Dagoth dream sendings. Small cells of 6th House cultists in every town in Vardenfell. Larger 6th House operations are concealed in remote dungeons, where creatures are bred and cultists are trained for the coming struggle. Was wir ja schon gesehen haben, und eins davon haben wir ja schon ausgeräuchert. Amalexia and Sothasil lose the artifacts Keening and Sunder to Dagoth, Udros, and Vemin. Vivec rescues Almalexia and Sothasil, but failing to recover Keening and Sunder, the Tribunal retreat from Red Mountain in disorder. Surviving Buoyant Armiger companions know the Tribunal was forced to retreat, but do not know how serious a reversal to Tribunal has suffered. The 3 Tribunes return to their respective capitals and continue to perform their ritual functions. The Tribunes continue to grow weaker without access to the heart and because of resources required to support the Ghost Fence. The inner circle of the temple priesthood has begun to suspect the tribunes have suffered seriously from wounds and demoralization in the wake of reverses at Red Mountain, but do not recognize the scale of the problem. Campaign of 6 house assassinations of prominent Imperial citizens and Hlalu Imperial sympathizers. Sudden increase in number and seriousness of attacks by cultists and victims deranged by soul sickness. Noted with concern. First, Dagoth-Ur apparently perceive and communicates directly through his cultists. Sleepers and dreamers are often reported speaking as though with Dagoth-Ur's voice and intention. Second, little is known about the feature, scale, or stage of completion of Akalukan's second medium. No one has gained entrance to the Heart Chamber since 2E282 in 3E417. Keening and Sunder were captured and may substantially aid in Akalukan's construction. Das nehmen wir definitiv mit und Plan to defeat Dagoth-Ur. Das wird jetzt auch ein bisschen etwas längeres, deswegen holt euch das Popcorn, das wird hier einiges. Jesus Christ. Wobei, er hat uns ja die Kurzversion gegeben, wir weg. Schauen wir mal, was die lange Version letzten Endes ist. That's what she said. Let's go. Me. For the past 20 years, the Tribunal have tried unsuccessfully to execute this plan. However, we failed because we were required to stage an assault and simultaneously maintain the Ghost Fence to prevent the threatened large-scale breakout of Dagoth-Ur's blighted hosts. Das ist ein bisschen wie Chernobyl. Hab ja die Scheuer zur Seite Serie, Chernobyl. 5 Episoden, jeweils 1 Stunde. Epic. So ein bisschen wie der Sarcophagus, den sie über über den Elephant's Foot gebaut haben. Oder über den Reaktor, besser gesagt. In dem der Elephant's Foot ist. Damals. With the Nectarine leading the assault and the Tribunal free to devote their full energies to maintaining the Ghost Fence, this plan has greater chance of success. Unfortunately, however, the loss of the artifact Sunder and Keening and the recent increase in Dagoth-Ur's strength poses new problems for the execution of the plan. Therefore, our proposed plan has the following 5 phases. 1. A series of aggressive raids to scout inside the Ghost Fence. 2. A series of aggressive raids to neutralize Dagoth-Ur's Ash Vampire kin and recover artifacts from the bodies of his kin. 3. An assault of Gate Citadel Vimyenal to neutralize Dagoth Vemin and recover the artifact Hammer Sunder. 4. An assault of Gate Citadel Odrozal to neutralize Dagoth Odros and recover the artifact Blade Keening. 5. An assault of Citadel Dagoth with the artifacts Wraithguard Sunder and Keening to sever Dagoth-Ur's connection to the heart of Lorkhan and thus to destroy Dagoth-Ur. Phase 1. Raids inside the Ghost Fence. Also jetzt hier der finale Endplan, den wir jetzt quasi ausführen dürfen. The Tribunal, Ordinators, and Buoyant Armages are familiar with the terrain and will provide maps and current intelligence reports. The region inside the Ghost Fence is dangerous and the Nectarine will need to be familiar with its particular challenges. After measuring skills and resources against Dagoth-Ur's defenses, the Nectarine will know better how to pace a campaign, alternating the raids with improving skills, getting better equipment, and stockpiling resources. Phase 2. Raids upon Ash Vampire Citadels. Dagoth-Ur's kin have become markedly more powerful in recent decades after remaining stable for thousands of years. If they can be individually isolated and destroyed, they will not be able to support Dagoth-Ur in later stages of the war. It may also be that the dramatic increase in their power comes from items enchanted by Dagoth-Ur, wahrscheinlich. Salvage of such items might contribute to our resources. Phase 3. Assault on Gate Citadel Vemyenal. Essential to recover the artifact Hammer Sunder for Phase 5, the Ash Vampire Dagoth Vemin has possession of Sunder and probably seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. He may also have access to notebooks and journals to Kagranok that have survived in the Dwemer workshops of Vemyenal. Ah, das heißt, wir gehen in fucking Dwemer-Ruin. War mir fast klar. Phase 4, Assault on Gate Citadel Odrozal. Essential to recover the artifact Blade Keening for Phase 5. The Ash Vampire Dagoth Odros has possession of Keening and probably seeks to discover the secrets of its enchantments. He may also have access to notebooks and journals of Kagranok that have survived in the Dwemer workshop of Odrozal. Alles klar. Phase 5, Assault on Citadel Dagoth, also der Final Rush quasi. All the previous stages are preparations for this stage. Recent expeditions show that Citadel Dagoth has undergone extensive expansion. The location will need to be explored carefully. The known route to the Heart Chamber will be well defended. Alternative routes may exist. Dagoth-Ur will have anticipated our plan to destroy him by attacking the heart, and he will almost certainly personally oppose approach to the Heart Chamber. Together, the Tribunal could not defeat him, and he has grown stronger since then. Admittedly, the Tribunal had the distraction of maintaining the Ghost Fence simultaneous with fighting Dagoth-Ur, but even so, the challenge seems daunting. The adoption of this phased campaign seems to offer the best chances of success. In retrospect, the Tribunal's decision to directly assault Citadel Dagoth rather than proceed step by step through lesser objectives must be seen to have been a serious error. The Tribunal did not feel it, had the option a slow-paced and deliberate campaign, given that they had many other competing priorities, and not least of which was the maintenance of the Ghost Fence and the outer defenses surrounding Red Mountain. The Nectarina, on the other hand, should be best served by a careful step-by-step advance, with the additional advantage of building confidence along the way, while successes would undermine Dagoth-Ur's own assurance in his defenses. Employing Kagranok's tools against Dagoth-Ur. The source of Dagoth-Ur's supernatural power is the heart of Lorkhan. The heart is also the source of the Tribunal's divine powers. Okay. During mythic times, the gods took and hid Lorkhan's heart beneath Red Mountain as a punishment for creating the mortal plane. The Dwemer discovered the heart while building underground colonies. High Craft Lord Kagranok created enchanted tools intended to tap the power of the heart. Wunderbar. The War of the First Council was fought to prevent this sacrilege. Kagranok's use of these tools and the disappearance of the Dwemer race marked the end of the war. Wie sind die überhaupt verschwunden dann? Kagranok's tools were recovered by Lord Nectar and Dagoth-Ur. Dagoth-Ur was left to guard the tools while Nectar came to consult with us, his advisors. In Nectar's absence, Dagoth-Ur experimented with the tools upon the heart and was corrupted. We returned to discover a deranged Dagoth-Ur who refused to turn over the tools. When he attacked us, we drove him away. We left Red Mountain with the tools, and subsequently, Sothasil discovered their secrets. Collectively, we used the tools to establish a connection with the heart, enabling ourselves to transform our mortal natures. Thus, we became the Tribunal. Dagoth-Ur had survived our attacks, also leechen die auch quasi vom Herz, mehr oder weniger. Dagoth-Ur had survived our attacks, and without the tools, in a manner not well understood, Dagoth-Ur also managed to establish a connection with the heart and to transform itself into an immortal being. Our plan to destroy Dagoth-Ur also runs the risk of destroying the Tribunal. Dachte ich mir nämlich auch, denn wenn die ebenfalls an diesem Herz mehr oder weniger hängen und wir killen... Okay, wir müssen das Herz nicht zerstören anscheinend, sondern wir müssen ja nur die Connection zwischen Dagoth-Ur, also so ein bisschen wie Bomb Diffusal quasi. Das heißt, wir müssen die Connection von Dagoth-Ur zu diesem Herzen brechen. Wobei wir ja mehrfach auf das Herz draufschlagen müssen. Mit Thunder und Keening. Our plan to destroy Dagoth-Ur also runs the risk of destroying the Tribunal. The plan is to permanently disrupt Kagranok's enchantments upon the heart, severing connections with Dagoth-Ur and ourselves. Okay. And rendering us all once again mortal. A mortal Kagranok may then be destroyed by mundane means. The loss of godhood and the possible death of the Tribunal are judged a necessary risk and sacrifice. The normal procedure for establishing connection with the heart is a 3-step process. The wearer of Wraithguard strikes the heart with the Hammer Sunder, causing the heart to produce a pure tone. Then the wearer of the Wraithguard strikes the heart with the Blade of Keening, shattering the pure tone into a prism of tone shades. These tone shades are then imprinted upon the substance of the wearer of Wraithguard, giving him an immortal and divine nature. Oh, nice, okay. Also werden wir Gott quasi so gesehen. The Nectarina will not be taught the secret rituals required to perform the 3rd step. Fucking A. Instead, the Nectarina will strike the heart with Keening for a 2nd time, causing its tones to diverge into unstable patterns of interference. Further repeated strikes with Keening will further disrupt the tones, with the ultimate results of shattering and dispelling Kagranok's original enchantments, binding the heart, thereby severing the heart's links with Dagoth-Ur and with any surviving heart wights, and with the Tribunal. Destroying Kagranok's enchantments on the heart will also stop the corrupt effusion of the heart's divine power and end the blight on Morrowind. Okay, deswegen soll man das Herz zerstören. Alles klar. Okay, macht vielleicht doch Sinn. Wir werden zwar kein Gott, aber zumindest hört dann die konstante Blight letzten Endes in Morrowind auf. Es gibt vielleicht noch vereinzelt ein paar Kreaturen, die eben an der Krankheit leiden, an der Blight-Krankheit mehr oder weniger, aber es wird auf jeden Fall weniger und die Stürme hören dann anscheinend auch auf, so wie ich das jetzt verstanden habe. Denke ich mal. Klingt so, weil der Blight, es kommt ja durch den Blight-Sturm letzten Endes, dass die ganzen Tiere eben an dieser Erkrankung leiden. Normalerweise. The Nectarine may be tempted to steal the power of the heart. Ja. Dagothor and Sothasil alone knew this secret. Dagothor may, in extremity, propose to teach the Nectarine to use Kagronak's tools to become a god. We doubt that the Nectarine is a fool enough to trust Dagothor and are content to take this risk. Be warned, the Nectarine cannot safely equip either Keelings or Sunder unless wearing Wraithguard. The Nectarine will be injured every moment while holding either of these artifacts unless protected by Wraithguard. Persistence will be rewarded with death. If Nectarine can equip an item while not wearing Wraithguard and receive no injury, the item is a counterfeit. One last note, Dagothor must not get hold of Wraithguard. The Nectarine must prepare and use a recall of or Almsivi intervention if there is any risk of death or capture. Logischerweise. The element of surprise. Dagothor will not expect you to destroy Kagronak's enchantments on the heart. He does not know it is possible, he would not do it himself, and he knows we have never tried it. He will not believe anyone would want to sacrifice the promise of such power. Further, advancement in House Dagoth, as in all great houses, is by challenge and confrontation within the hierarchy. The Nectarine's challenges and defeats of ash vampires and battles with the 6th house will be viewed in that light. Dagothor and his kin may assume the Nectarine's ambition is to control the heart. Ja, genau so habe ich auch gerade eventuell mit dem Gedanken gespielt. Given the assumption, it is only reasonable that the Nectarine would try to defeat each of Dagothor's subordinates in turn, working up to Dagothor. If the Nectarine can defeat Dagothor and control the heart, so much the better. But logically, the Nectarine would wish rise as high in the hierarchy as possible before cutting a deal with the head of the house. Dagothor should try to recruit the Nectarine into House Dagoth. It may be possible to pretend to join him, then betray him. However, any attempt to deceive him will be very risky. House Dagoth has a tradition of subterfuge and treachery, and because he is a deceiver, he will expect deception. Closing remarks. We place no compulsion upon the Nectarine to adhere to the plans described here. We believe that they offer the best chance of destroying Dagoth-Ur, but we have also chosen to place our trust in the Nectarine's judgment and skill. Frankly, we see no alternative. If there are doubts or questions, speak with Vivek. He has agreed to serve as the Nectarine's guide and counsel for this campaign. It may be that if the Nectarine succeeds, the Tribunal would not survive. Such sentiments as might have been expressed to the Tribunal should, in that case, be addressed to the land and people of Morrowind. May the happy convergence of fortune and prayer meet in our destiny on behalf of Lady Amalexia and Lord Sothasil Vivek.